Are you recording now?
We're
Am,
recording, but
am
we
I
don't have to
making
use
am,
this.
am I making a fool of myself now, or is that just in
No,
a minute or
I
so?
I was going to introduce everyone, and then we can
Okay.
start. Since you have 24
Okay.
hours, I'm going to take my time.
Okay.
No, so Steve Yurko, I don't know if they're all
Hello.
in the direction. He is an artist and our co-host, storyboard
Raise your
artist.
hand, Steve.
Oh, it's like this.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like that.
There we go. I see the Zoom thing
Oh,
now.
hi, Steve. Hi,
Yeah.
Steve.
It's
Oh,
telling
it
me to
says you
lower my
raise your
hand
hand.
now.
Yeah.
I
So
like your room.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's a
He
shared
just moved
office
over
with
to
There's
me.
my partner.
there's a lot of black going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeah, it's kind of like the Bat Cave. There's a lot of hidden things there. I have a giant penny back there,
No,
so
but no, it makes your skull pop
it
against the.
does. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good
We
move. Good move.
Delaney is our editor who is back from the UK for our not from the UK, but is living there, but not now.
Oh.
Yeah,
At this
Oh.
moment.
I came all the way back from the UK to record in the East Coast for this interview. That's right.
That doesn't really
That's
make
No,
insane.
sense.
Do you live in the UK, or you were working there, or
presently, I'm a dual citizen, so I just live there at the moment.
cool?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nice.
but it's nice to be
Corn,
home.
Cornwall.
Location in England.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just it was I'm engaging with you in a scattershot manner.
And you know what? I appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
And the last one is Alex. He's in Drum Island right now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, you don't want to see the
Oh,
some
is that?
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
so if
right.
I
Yes, I
do
see
this,
it.
then it's the cherry
I
blossom. Yeah.
see it.
It
I just
did
looking at
Yeah.
a
look like
pink
you were in
Oh,
afro.
those are
space.
the cherry blossoms. Oh,
Uh, now it just
Yeah.
kind of looks like I have like a clown fro.
oh, that's nice.
But yeah, yeah. I try to theme my backgrounds whenever we do an interview like this.
Nice work. Nice
Yeah.
Yeah.
work. I like
Thank you. Thank you. Otherwise, you'd be seeing our laundry hanging up back there.
that.
So I'm Zach. I'm the host of the One Piece podcast. So if we're starting the recording here, we can now make a fool of ourselves at this point.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Today on our special One Piece live action series of interviews, we have Mark Harelik, who plays Dr. Hiriluk. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and God, really good to see you. I want to say first of all, I was watching. I have to just nerd out slightly, which we all will. I'm sure at our own time. First of
Me too.
all, your performance we'll talk about was incredible. But
Thanks.
while I was watching you, I'm like, oh, I know this person from something, and I realized it was from Star Trek Voyager, which like I put together. Yeah, from your one episode.
That's a reach.
I know, which is why I was really impressed with myself. And then I saw you were
Because
also
I had a nasal spine
yeah,
in Star
I
Trek.
remember.
So I
That
don't know
was
how you would get from there to Dr. Hiriluk.
I mean, it's really the same. You had the spine, and instead it was on your hair in three different directions for Doctor Who.
That's right. That's right. The same aberration interpreted two different ways.
Yeah. Yes, that's
You're
true.
very astute.
Yes, sure. But that's probably my favorite episode of that series, and your performance is really great in that.
You mean Star Trek?
Of Star Trek and of One
Oh,
Piece.
thank you.
And
Well, Star Trek
and
Voyager
Voyager.
Thank you.
specifically.
Oh well, yeah, that's not.
And most of our
a-
questions gonna be Star Trek Voyager
Thank you.
related
That's
today.
that's one of the few times where I've actually enjoyed working on a show. I usually don't enjoy. I usually don't enjoy working, basically.
I get
Uh,
that.
I don't enjoy my work, and I don't enjoy the act of working. I enjoy having work. I enjoy getting work, but I don't enjoy working. But Star Trek I enjoyed, and One Piece I enjoyed.
Good.
So
May I ask
Perfect.
what it is about acting that kind of you're not too keen on? Is it the constant starting, stopping, hurry up and wait?
No,
Just
no,
curious.
no, 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 no. I just, I just self-loathing.
Oh.
I'm being maybe like 10% facetious. Um, but it's, one tends to be one's harshest critic most of the time, and achieving a state of belief in acting is really difficult to do, and the circumstances need to be ideal for it. Um, I can pretend just as well as the next fella, but pretending is not satisfying. And you sort of walk away with a feeling of um, embarrassment and kind of like leaving the room, hoping that nobody looks at you as you slink back to your dressing room. So I would say that the bulk of my work is spent with some sort of either mid or high level of pretense, and every now and then um, there's a magical combination of uh, the show and the feel of the set and the director and your fellow actors that all just sort of creates a moment of magic, and you forget yourself. And it's what every actor dreams of. And so Star Trek is one of them, as it happens. And One Piece was another.
So what convinced
Now I'm
you?
clearing my nostrils. Sorry.
No,
No,
that's
that's
fine.
good.
No,
That's
it's
all right.
it must be hard too because with filming, because you must have filmed One Piece now almost like a couple of years ago at least,
Yeah.
and then you're
Yeah.
only just now getting the feedback. So sometimes if you kind of fall into that spiral a bit, there's really nothing you're not going to hear that positive like response to it till so much later. Right? It is maddening, but that's what it's
Yeah.
perfectionism. That's
Yeah.
what it could be,
But the positive response, uh, oh God, this is going to sound coy and precious, but the positive response a year and a half after the fact doesn't really pertain to me because I came away immediately from the experience having had a good time and having felt enriched by it. So I already had a sense of contributing something positive. And, of course, it's nice to hear applause always. But, I try not to put too much stock in it.
I think we all want to give you a lot of applause too, because I think we all agreed coming out of it, like the highlight of the season and series, I'd even say, was you and Katie and Chopper, the many actresses behind Chopper. Um and so we, as someone who also has self-loathing and also doesn't, want to see themselves, portrayed, I
You
hope you
know,
could take a good amount of solace in really just incredible work that I think
thanks.
we could say made us all weep in
Thank
some
you.
form or fashion.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
got off of the episode and I was like, I within 5 minutes I was like, you need to email him now.
Oh,
It needs to
She
have
did.
oh.
She did. She said that.
yesterday.
It was before
Well,
Because
I
I
watched it, and yeah.
exactly, yeah, no, I was like, this is not a question. You need to get in touch.
well, thank you. I mean, the character was already created and already drawn and already existed when Oda drew the manga, and so he was already a fully formed person. So it's not as though I came up with it out of whole cloth. Already in the story, he was a incredibly touching character that instead of being part of, I mean, the great gift there was not being part of the ongoing story, the ongoing quest. Um, I mean, how many episodes of One Piece in the manga are we in, and they still haven't found the One Piece? So
I've
it
heard.
just goes on and on and on and on. But there was the little mini quest that that Dr. Hiriluk is on. He achieves, and he doesn't end up seeing what we see in your beautiful background here of the petals raining down on Drum Island, but it happens. And the fact that it happened after he wished for it and worked for it and died for it is really emotional.
Yeah, and
Right?
you really brought something to that character too. And yeah, you're correct in that, like, this is an adapted character, but you also put your own spin on Dr. Hurlick as well. And I do wonder, like, what was your process for becoming this character? Did you familiarize yourself with the source material? Did you just sort of look at the script and see, okay, here's where we are, and here's where we're going?
There's this thing in manga and anime in which the characters are larger than themselves, and they're drawn in a way that's larger than themselves. Their eyes, their expressions. When you see a manga or an anime character open their mouths, it looks like they've just turned their head inside out.
One Piece in particular,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Gina Davis in Beetlejuice.
Thank you, Delaney. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, or in real life, if you ever seen her eat corn on the cob. But the idea is that the inner life of of a manga and anime character is expressed by their outward appearance. So for me, the gateway to Dr. Hiriluk was his hair, and it wasn't, well, I mean, I came up with my own reasons, but I'd like to think they were in sync with the creation of the character. I'm looking to see if there's blood on my arm, but there's not. I just picked a scab while we were
okay.
talking.
Relatable, honestly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Irresistible.
It was too relatable.
God.
Someone should call a doctor.
I am a doctor.
We're not helping with the quack accusations here, so
We're not beating them.
The quack is part of it. But the way his hair is, he has either made his hair look like that, or his hair took on the energy that's coming from the inside.
Interesting.
And any way you look at him from any direction, you can sort of see a white cross, which reminded me of the Red Cross or the sign of healing. And I took it as a visual manifestation of a healer, but not just like I'm wearing a t-shirt that has this sign on it. It's as though I have such a desire. I'm now speaking as Dr. Hiriluk. I have such a desire that my passion and the fire in my belly and my belief is such that my hair exploded with this inner vision. And Hiriluk becomes a visual manifestation of his life energy. So that was how I found my way into the character, was through the wig.
Wow.
Was through the way his hair looks. And in order to fulfill the wig, I had to manifest a kind of energy that inhabited it. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
If that
It's a
makes
wig
sense.
it's a wig that wears you, sort of.
Yeah.
It's a big wig.
The clothes make the man, right? But
Yeah.
Clothes
in this
make the
case-
man. Clothes make the man. Absolutely. And so I approached everything because of that with a fierceness and stubborn, clumsy passion. wrong-headed sometimes. There's a great part of his story which they weren't able to fit into the live action, but he whenever he sees like a disease out there in the community or somebody has a particular illness, he will manufacture a potion in his lab. 9 times out of 10, that potion either kills the patient or turns them into a frog or other hideous things, to the point where he comes running with his medicine and the village is saying, I'm not sick anymore. I'm not sick.
Yeah.
I don't need anything. I'm feeling better. And he goes, no, you have to, I think this will work. Drink this. And then they turn into a frog and he goes like, I think I got that wrong. Next time I think I'll change something so that he is this clumsiness and sort of ham-handed passion it comes out in his hair. Uh, so I found it very easy to find my way into the character on that basis.
I'll-
And
On that note, what was it like having hair that tall?
Yes, Steve is
Like,
asking specifically.
were you like
It
aware,
was-
or would you get caught in doorways sometimes, or?
oh yes. My little laboratory was hollowed out of a giant tree stump.
I love
And
that. I love that
and the
set.
door
That's a
and the
great set.
doorway was right here. So I ducked enough so I wouldn't hit my head, but I was always like bang. And then we would reset, and my makeup artist that was there between all the takes, and I said, I think I wrenched loose the glue again. I said, okay, paste it back up, and then next time I go through the door, bam. Oh, I think is the wig okay? But the all of the wigs, I don't know if people notice such things. Hopefully they don't. But One Piece has a plethora of incredibly impressive wigs. I guess all of the characters have these mad manifestations of their personalities that comes out in their hair. And the wig department and the wig makers are world class. So the wig I had looked realistic, like right up to, you could look this close and you wouldn't see any, from the skin to the hair, you wouldn't see any transition. So my wig, in answer to your question, my wig was so well balanced and light and well made that I was never aware that I was wearing a wig. Which is why I would knock against things, because I could never
Oh,
remember
shit.
that I had it on. The one time I had to deal with it was there's one scene where I think I'm about to walk out the door and I pop my top hat on over
Oh, yeah.
this geyser that comes up in this direction, and my makeup artist that I bow down to every time I think of her, was off camera and helping me. And before we rolled, we would practice. And I would hold it up and she would say, a little bit this way, a little bit this way, now down. And I'd practice it again, like this, like this, like this. And she would be going, yes, a little bit this way, a little bit this way. Okay, now back. And we would rehearse that way. And then once the camera rolls, I was able to go, and it's on.
Sounds
But
like a
that I-
foreman at a construction site.
Like you're
Over
landing
the
a plane.
lefts.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Bring
and
it
when you
in,
wore
bring
the
it in,
hat-
back.
And was it
Yeah.
always the same wig even when Hiriluk was
Yeah.
wearing his hat? Or
Yeah.
was there like a
Mhm.
separate wig for that? Oh,
No.
wow.
So it was
no,
a
no.
utilitarian wig that you could actually put on the hat back and forth.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And it had to support it. And then once it was on, the hat had to look like it was, sitting at a realistic angle. And we worked
Mhm.
with a lot of different angles on the hat. Should it be back? Should it be tilted left? And I think we ended up with one that's sort of like Natalie cocked to one side.
Mm.
That Hiriluk would look in the mirror and go, yeah, Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, looking good.
I,
Um,
it makes me wonder how much Oda had live action in mind when he created the character with the hat over the.
oh, yeah,
Probably not much,
interesting.
but
Interesting.
It's
Yes.
definitely a yeah, that's
Well, he might have had I don't know. I think in well, I'm pretty sure in Japan, manga is not considered YA, young adult.
yeah.
Mhm.
But for the purposes of this series and Netflix, I believe that One Piece is considered YA. And so there were some considerations that had to be made in terms of, is this adult content or is this YA? Or
Mhm.
maybe another expression would be family.
Yeah.
Family ready. But I think YA is actually the category.
it's accurate.
Yeah.
In industry wise. I mean, I don't think anybody involved with the production approaches it with that in mind, except for the scene where um, Hiriluk has to prove to the wounded Chopper that he's not carrying any weapons on his body. And so
Mhm.
in the manga, he totally strips butt naked, or
Yes.
whatever the reverse side is of butt naked. He strips down and just stands there spread eagled so that Chopper can see that he's not carrying any weapons. And I
You had
think there was a
boxers.
little that huh.
You had boxers, right? It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
quite to
yeah.
that
Yes,
level. Yeah.
boxers with little
Was it hearts?
hearts. No, I think they were. Oh, maybe they
Crosses?
weren't hearts. Little crosses. Little
Okay.
little medical crosses
That's
on
great. I don't think I got to see the detail on those.
Yeah, I did
it.
pause on the
It
on the
went
I
by.
did wonder. I did
It went
wonder
by
right before
pretty
we got to
quickly,
that
but
scene.
in the manga, there's just a little
Yeah.
pine frond
Yeah.
right. I
um,
remember. Yeah.
Right.
That's
hanging
yeah.
hanging in front of Hiriluk's admirable private parts.
Medical
Uh,
Yes.
tools.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Medical tool. Yeah.
and I wanted to do that, but they were all like,
Oh
"No,
wow.
we're not. We're not."
I
So
never I never thought I would be on this podcast long enough to hear the day when a bunch of men are apologizing to another man for not zooming in on his boxers on a Netflix show.
Well, here it is.
see,
Here it is.
see, they can't tell you what the print was on my boxers, which I think is admirable on
Yeah.
Yeah.
their part. Yeah,
Agreed.
Oh
they
yeah.
didn't. They didn't
Self-restraint.
pause and zoom.
There was a lot of self-restraint in that moment. To be fair, that is like it's a funny it really describes One Piece well in that it is funny, but it also is so heartfelt and emotional. The fact that you're doing that,
Totally.
like he's in this extremely vulnerable moment, Chopper, and yes, it's funny that he's taking off his clothes, but he's doing it for such a impactful and important reason that really starts that relationship.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's an extreme gesture. It's not
Yes.
like I promise you, there's nothing up my sleeve. It's like I will effing show you. I will show you.
There's
Which is another aid to the actor.
That's true.
That kind of gesture.
There is nothing subtle about Dr. Hiriluk as a character.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
how did you end up
Which
getting?
describes my acting
Well,
in a nutshell.
well, there you go. And I that sort of segues into my next question, which is what was the casting process like? Because I know for a lot of other folks we talked to, they didn't know it was One Piece at first. It was under Project Panda or something else. And
Right.
like, how do you I mean, like, I guess in your line of work, the next job is always the next job, right? So I'm not sure if you had any sort of anticipation for something like this, or if it was just, okay, I'm going to read for this, and here I go, I got cast, or if they sought you out because your name is almost the exact same as the character.
what's the word for that when your name tells you what you're actually going to do in life? I forget. But what I was also going to ask, like jumping off of that question, is since you hate acting Like, what actually jumped out of the page for you in this specifically? So just to add to Alex's, I didn't mean to over. Yeah,
It's fine.
Okay, you're right. I need to think for just a second.
that's okay.
Well, so in answer to the first part of the question, yes, it went. I think it went by the title of Project Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Uh,
That's what it was.
but
Mm.
but
And it was
but
the first season.
everything these days has a secret title,
Yeah.
unless it's a CBS sitcom. Everything has a secret code name, and there are NDAs, and you get some sort of watermarked digital script that disappears after the date of your audition. That's just sort of like run of the mill because social media has its little
Yeah.
fungus webs and everything. Um, uh, so I think actually somebody did say, well, it's called Project Renaissance, but it actually is this manga named One Piece. So I got to browse it ahead of time, and I had two meetings with the producers and maybe the director, but I'm thinking it just the producers, and got hired on the basis of that. And I remember at the time, this is my usual look these days with my beard, my preposterous beard.
It's a fantastic beard. I'm jealous of that beard.
Thank you. It's a, it's a toy, nothing more. Uh, um,
Could
and
always use.
I remember once they offered the job, I said, "Oh, and I think this beard could be really useful." And they said, "Well, no, it's based on this character that's already established, so no beard." Um, Maybe that's when I found out it was One Piece. And now, as to the second part of the question that you asked, which is what? Remind me again.
Sorry, I jumped in. I added a whole
I'm
other.
so present tense that I don't
No,
hang
that's
on to these.
that's also admirable. Um, it was since you avoid acting, what jumped out of the page to you with One Piece
Oh,
specifically?
the earnestness and the commitment and the belief. And I loved I found Hiriluk lovable. I found him honest and uh, forthright and noble and uh, clumsy and not knowing how to deal with a close association, and ultimately it was the fact that I suddenly got choked up. Ultimately, it was the fact that he refers to Chopper in his last scene before he offs himself. Spoiler alert. Are we worried about that?
No,
No,
I
no, we're
Oh
good.
In
no.
the
Alex's
in the
background is
last scene, he refers to Chopper as his son,
Yeah.
and that just bam. That was just that means that before he met Chopper, he has nobody.
yeah,
He has no one and nothing and nobody. And he is disliked by the villagers, and he's hunted by the monarch. And all he wants to do is heal. And so this this opportunity not only to heal this outcast, this fellow outcast creature, but to learn that this creature wants also to become a healer and a doctor, that just killed me. That just killed me. And the fact that he, without ever saying so, at least to Chopper, he takes him into his heart and refers to him as his son, just knocked me over. And I thought, just let me at him. Let me at him. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm ready.
that's great
I'm
to
ready.
hear.
A character that you can love from start to finish that is filled with flaws.
Yeah,
The
and
great thing is about like over the 20-year odd history of like manga and anime becoming an American export, and all of a sudden now like Hollywood studios cracking at it, is that some adaptations, like in the 20-year history of it have had a tendency to sort of run away from like the big emotional stuff, I suppose. It's like they want the cool, but they
The big
don't
hair.
want the big hair and the goofy faces. And they're like, no, 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 we can take this out. We can move away from it. And I think what makes not just One Piece, the adaptation as a whole, the show as a whole, but specifically this episode, at least when I was watching it, is that because it embraces that visual bigness and by extension the theatricality, which I'm sure you know as a theater person yourself, as a stage like writing stage plays, like understanding the needs of different kinds of audiences, to then like go full thrust towards that creates like a lot of connection that is such a boon to the show and
Mhm.
encapsulates a lot of it on the whole, but particularly this episode I think is where
Yeah,
it really
yeah,
shines.
yeah, yeah. It's there's a big difference, but there's a in terms of uh, the stories we like to hear, the stories we like to tell. There's a big difference between Japanese culture and not just Western culture, American, United States culture, and we tend to be very uh, reticent to be
Yeah.
open-hearted
Hmm.
because it seems so unsophisticated. It seems
Yeah.
so uncool. It doesn't have I don't know. There's a certain in the West in America there's currency in being sardonic, in
Yes.
being jaded, in being withdrawn, which is taken on as a when you're young, it's taken on as a mark of sophistication. And when you're old, it's because you just can't shake it.
Hmm.
But the Japanese are extremely forthright with heart and passion and drama and commitment. We look at like the classic Japanese films, like Kurosawa's films, and the acting. Those actors tear themselves apart with emotion.
Yeah.
And you look at the American remakes of a lot of classic Japanese films, and yeah, it's all somehow declawed and
Hmm.
made more quote unquote sophisticated. And so it's nice to have an American um, for the American to meet that cultural gap more than halfway.
Yeah.
Definitely, we have our sensibilities. We have our styles of acting that just we resonate with, and we don't want to be suddenly confronted with something that's preposterous. And so it's fun as an actor to try to come with a Japanese sensibility without seeming preposterous.
Yes.
So it can be outlandish, but if there's a strong core to the center of it, American audiences buy it. And I think um, Netflix is to be appreciated for allowing that to happen.
Hmm.
And it's always a fine line to draw. And I would like to give a shout out to the director of the Drum Island episodes, Lucas Etlin, who I think really achieved that balance.
Hmm.
He punched it as much as possible while still keeping it grounded.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a lot of actor and behind the scenes talk that I don't know
that's
how
what
to
No,
Well,
I
that's
don't know
why
what
we're
that's
all
what
all
we
the
here.
like. I
to
mean,
it.
Yeah.
that's yeah. This is why we're here, honestly.
no, it's fascinating. I appreciate that perspective so much as well because I've got theater experience, writing experience, whatnot, and it's but I've never had to work in that capacity of balancing like whole cultural transformation into an American product, and but that still retains the core. And obviously, with Oda at the helm, it
Yeah,
creates an environment where it can't be like you really can't be like shruggy and ironic about like, oh wow, this is kind of stupid, isn't it? When the guy who successfully made it work for 30 years is running your show.
He's hands-on. He's still writing, he's still drawing, and he's still hands-on with this production.
Yeah.
It's
I
quite amazing.
I kind of to meld the two last topics together. Alex and I know are newish fathers at least, so I'll say having experienced. You mentioned that line. My son will be coming. And that also got me this time. So I've read the story, I've watched it. Every time I read and watch it, I will weep because it is such a successful, like succinct story. It's still probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite flashback in the series because
Mm,
of
mm.
its strong emotional core.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I mean, at least this version like struck me in a whole new way. Alex, I don't know about you. In Fatherhood, because I think this is my first time also like experiencing
What,
this story
like,
in this.
yeah, going through this particular arc as a father. Yeah, I mean,
It is. Well, I just cut you off. I'm sorry, but
no, no, no,
That's why
no,
you're
no, no,
here.
it's
please.
Please.
intense. It's intense. It's intense. Uh, um, uh, my son is no longer a teenager, but I can vividly remember not the day he was born, the moment he was born, and suddenly I was living a whole new life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Was living
there it
an
is.
entirely new life. It wasn't like something fresh and interesting had come through the door. A whole new life, and okay, there's a song by the Pretenders, and I don't remember which it is, but I can hear the lyrics. I don't want to die for nothing. I want to die for something. And that's what having a son, that's what having a child feels like.
Wow. Yeah.
You are no longer you're gonna die, and you don't want to die for nothing. But what are you going to die for? Here you are. Here's something. And so that was very present in my mind when I say a monster is going to
Yeah.
come, but please don't harm him. He's my son. 10 seconds later, he's died. 10 seconds later, he's dead, but he found his purpose.
Yep.
And maybe his purpose wasn't, in the long term, his purpose was, I hadn't thought about this before. His purpose is not so much healing as being remembered and having an effect that goes forward into the future. And when you guys are no longer around, your kids will be. And so you will not die for nothing. Just to take things to their ultimate conclusion.
No,
Here.
I've been told that happens at some point, but uh someone told me. But I completely agree. I think I've heard someone say that like parenting is you lose your ego. Like you can't have that and also, care about this, child. I 100% agree. And I also agree with your interpretation of Hiriluk. Like that speech has always resonated with me in different ways through my life. I know we've had friends of the show say like that is like something that they have recited in times where they've had sick, relatives or,
Yeah.
it is a very
Mm,
powerful
It's
mm,
become
and
a popular credo.
it is.
yeah.
When does
And
a
a lot
man
of
Yeah.
die?
I
That
didn't I and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I've learned about that after the fact.
yeah, it's kind of
I'm glad I didn't, sorry to interrupt.
no, please keep
no.
interrupting. No,
I'm glad I
I
didn't know that it was this big, popular, powerful credo before I filmed the scene. I
Mm.
found out afterwards.
no, that
That's why they keep it a
definitely
secret.
yeah, but I think that like I'm also glad too, and I'm also glad that they keep the production generally a secret when it comes to the audition process too, because this series has just become a juggernaut in the last 20 years or so,
Mm.
and you know, a lot of people get really precious about certain properties, and I feel like that can.
You're talking about Star
Uh,
Trek Voyager, right?
I'm
That's what we're
talking about Voyager. I'm mostly talking
yeah.
about, you know what? I'm not even going to open up the Star Wars can of worms.
No, don't.
About what
Please.
happens when you are precious about something and what happens when you're not, because when you're not, then you get something cool like Andor. Anyway, so what I'm saying here is that I'm glad that it's something that you weren't privy to ahead of time, because uh, you were able to really put your own heart into it, and you understood the significance of that particular scene based on what you had read up to that point without
Yeah.
knowing the effect
Yeah.
that it already
Yeah.
had on people for the last 20 or
Yeah.
so years.
Yeah. Because we're susceptible to those pressures,
Oh
just
yeah.
to expectations. You can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like Hamlet. Like if you're doing Hamlet and you're like, oh, to be or not to be. Oh, people have opinions on what this should be like. Like people
yeah.
are gonna judge me based on this like one thing. It doesn't matter what the
Yeah.
rest of it is.
Yeah.
If I say if I put the accent on the wrong part of to be or not to be, people are gonna leave the theater. Wine
Oh,
sales are gonna go down. Whole
no
thing's gonna go
matter
under.
what you do, no matter what you do, you will get
Yeah.
floods of criticism. And
Yes.
believe me that, well, maybe you know, criticism is always, you hold on to that much more than you do praise.
Yep.
Um, it's the criticism, it's the one person in the audience that walked out that takes all of your focus.
Right.
I hate how relatable this all is. Everything you said.
Mark, do you still do theater work? Do you still act
I
in
haven't in a
theater production?
I haven't in a while. My last experience was maybe 3 years ago, and it was in a week production of a Shakespeare, but I very much enjoyed working on it.
Mm.
Um, I like it. Stage is very difficult.
Oh yeah.
But the
Imagine.
great value of it is that you can experience the story from start to finish without stopping.
Yeah.
So you jump in the pool and you just swim and you never get out. And in film and television, doing it piece by piece and moment by moment requires a lot of um, tactical brain work
Yeah.
that's really beside the point. The
Yeah.
the asset of of doing film and television or just camera work in general is that I feel a great sense of working privately
Mm-hmm.
when I'm working on camera. And on stage, it's you can't get a sense of that because the audience usually is sitting on one side of you, and you can't just be, you have to make sure they hear you, that they see you. You're always conscious of that you're performing. And it's not a private experience, it's a public experience. And that can rattle me.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get rattled with the camera because there's always, you rehearse and there are technicians everywhere, and there are lights and people from a dozen different directions. And for the actor, you're the last person to work on any particular scene. They've already lit it, they've set the camera, the props are ready, the costumes, everyone has done their work and they're waiting to move on to the next scene.
And
And
you have 5 minutes to make it look like you've taken your hat on and off a million times throughout your life.
yeah, yeah.
Make
But
that lived action.
for one golden moment, everything sort of irises down and you get a moment of privacy.
It
And
feels intimate. The scenes you did, like absolutely. I feel
yeah,
that.
But
yeah,
that's interesting, coming off of the dissonance between theater acting and and on camera acting. That's very interesting. I mean, obviously, they're always going to they're different by design, but hearing your personal experience with that is
Well, you just can't. The stage now uses lots of wonderful technologies,
oh yeah, a lot
and
of lavaliers, right?
I endorse all of that. It's fun to work on and it's interesting, but nothing can ever replace the intimacy of a camera. And the fact that you can whisper, the fact that you can
Yes.
think without demonstrating. And it all is still a performance that's either manufactured or allowed to emerge. And it's, it's all phony to a certain degree, but you can bring the ring of truth to it much more readily on camera. And that's just satisfying.
It describes Hiriluk
Yeah.
too. Not to bring
Say it
things
again?
around again. It describes Dr. Hiriluk well too. It's the authenticity in the heart and the quackery on the outside. Um
Oh,
that
oh,
yeah, I
oh,
don't know. I saw
interesting. I hadn't
yeah.
thought of that. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I
a
don't want to
testament to the
monopolize.
See, you
direction
have
that
things to
they.
offer. Keep
Yeah, a few.
talking. Yeah.
I just am not going to
It's
be
a
able to listen to myself after this.
no, that's my job.
That's
That's
your
true.
job to do. You have to do that, Delaney.
Um, no, but it's a testament. You mentioned the directing as well, that like that episode feels so intimate and it gets the best qualities of both, I think, where in theater where you're present in the room both as an audience and as a performer, where you kind of
Mhm.
you're stuck in together and you only get that in a physical space. But I definitely felt most acutely than I ever have, and that like this felt very intimate and close, like especially because so much of it's in the hut and then these like very quiet scenes as well, and most of it is like you and or Katie Seagal or
For,
Michaela
for,
and
for me, it was just me and one other person,
yes.
either Chopper's proxy or Katie. And in both cases, I had wonderful actresses to work with, and it was all close. And I didn't have to do any fight scenes. I didn't have
Nope.
to. I didn't have to climb the rigging. I didn't have to do green screen work. It was all just like hyper realistic. Even out in the fake snow that they made, they when you're in it, you can't tell that it's fake. It's just nah,
No, it
it's
looks great.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
paper. Did you know that?
It's paper. I know that in the past that
Oh.
used to be potato, right? Like and
It's
When they made
the
them stop
new
using asbestos.
yeah.
the new movie Snow is paper.
Wow.
Wow.
But uh, I mean, there are a couple of companies that do all of the movie Snow, and you can't tell. And you can tramp through it, and if you have to go back and do a second take, they can cover it all up very quickly.
Wow.
It's kind of amazing. It's a place to experience movie magic while you're on the set.
Yeah.
That's
And
really great.
with the practical effects, I know there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, in this day and age, it must have been a real treat to be on a set that was mostly practical.
So much of it
analog.
is
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
yes, it was
Was there.
that's my generation,
Yeah.
the analog generation.
No, I
I think
prefer
we
that
all
too.
prefer
Yeah.
analog. Yeah, generally. Yeah. So
Well,
it was
what did you think of? Now I'm going to ask you. What did you
yeah.
think about the chopper creation?
Oh,
Honestly,
wonderful
fantastic.
Yeah,
design.
it was great.
Like I
We all asked for a
generally,
Muppet, but
yeah, we
it's
really
definitely you could have more expression with
we de we
yeah.
definitely wanted a puppet, but I know that there was a physical sort of
Yes.
how they did Roger Rabbit back in the 80s. There was
Mm,
a
mm.
physical like a maquette or something that was used for lighting purposes, trying to get the lighting down for what the actual
And the
character was like.
proxy is a
And I'm
Mhm.
person.
sure we'll talk about
And
that
in Kone, yeah.
with the VFX artists at some point. But then you also had the young one who had the rigging on to play
Yes,
off of.
yes,
So you didn't
right,
have to talk to a tennis ball, which is I think,
right. Well, we did it. We did three takes of each scene. One is with Nkone, wonderful actress from Johannesburg, who was the proxy who I actually acted with. And after we shot all of that and the coverage with the camera pointing toward me, and I got to experience the whole scene, then she would step out and I would do the same thing with uh, um, not a puppet, with a doll,
Right.
that had the actual proportions for eyeline purposes. And then we would do a third take with me. This was over my shoulder at nothing, at an empty chair. And I would, because I had all the movements down already, we would do the same thing and I would be acting to an empty chair. And that is the frame in which they would put the CGI character in post-production. So we
That's
did
a lot,
three,
yeah.
we did three different versions, including acting to the empty ear, which I thought was really interesting.
I mean, we spoke to Michaela recently, who, I mean, I know you two
Oh,
never really interacted because of,
No, she acted with me, but
she was saying how
after I
easy
was
it
long
was.
gone.
She was saying how easy it was with you. Like she had high praise of just like being, I don't have the
Oh,
exact what she said. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she did say it made it really just easy to have those emotions come out
I'm
on her end.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Chopper goes through a lot.
He does. I think that's what really makes you root for him too, because he goes through everything in that he really gets rocked around. Yeah.
He is so well. It's another aspect of being Hiriluk's adopted son, so to speak, because he has a ridiculous level of passion with really nothing physical to back it up.
Right.
I mean, he does transform into heavy point, but does he have control over that? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
does.
think
have a
More
first
or
little
maybe
less.
not. Yeah.
He can cause himself to become heavy point. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's
That's
not like Incredible Hulk where he
no.
loses
No.
control.
No, not a Jekyll and Hyde
Oh.
thing.
No, there is something
See, I
later
didn't
on in
know
the
that.
series. Something later
Later
on
on in the
series,
series,
there
yeah,
is
there is something.
a he kind of goes nuts with his transformations a little bit,
Right,
which is
right.
but
He does go Incredible Hulk
but
later.
you'll
Yeah,
but
that's
Hiriluk
true.
will never see it,
No.
unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
But that's probably
J-
better for him than he
Probably, yeah.
just
Steve, yeah.
to jump back to what you talked about earlier with doing the three different takes. Maybe this is me not knowing enough about the world of acting, but for you, was it easy to just nail those three takes like back to back? Was it always a conscious thing, or was maybe like to me, like I'm wondering sometimes if there was something you did subconsciously and the director's like, "Oh, do that again," and you'd be like, "Oh, what did I do?"
Well, that definitely does happen. But
Mhm.
the way we worked, so much time was invested in acting with Nkone, my chopper proxy, that that's where we really worked on the scene and tried different things and changed the blocking and tried different approaches and landed on something that we all believed in.
Mhm.
And only then did she come out of the way. They would whip the puppet in. I would, while sense memory was still working, well,
Yeah.
we would, the cameras would roll as quickly as possible. I would do the same thing again with the puppet, whisk the puppet out of the way while the juices are still there and the memory's still good, act to the empty chair, and then move on to the next scene. So it was relatively easy to do and kind of fun because that's the part that felt like being a little kid and play acting in the backyard on the swing set.
True.
That was kind of fun. But it was only after we discovered everything and the proper juices were bubbling up. So I didn't find it difficult. That doesn't mean that other people don't find it very difficult. I don't know. And if there was time lag between working with Nkone and working with the puppet, then I think I would probably lose a lot.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
I would be in the realm of pretense and self-loathing. So, always
You-
No
that's
wonder why.
that's
No wonder
that's
why
when
you
you're
enjoyed
surrounded by
yourself.
lava. What?
No wonder why you enjoyed yourself then on the show.
Yeah, went too fast. Went too
Yeah.
fast for the loathing to set in.
I
Do you think that
yeah.
Meisner was forward thinking with that one day this would
Wait,
really
no,
help
sorry.
bring?
Start that question again.
No, I'm just postulating. Do you think that what Meisner thought that someday far in the future this is going to help bring Tony Chopper to life in unprecedented ways?
Must have envisioned that right.
Tony Meisner.
Generations and technologies unknown, undreamt of. My method will serve you all. Yeah. Yeah.
Tony
There's-
Meisner.
There's the episode title.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Delaney's really trying to
Yeah, I
That's
could, t- I could
Right,
tell that's
it's
what
really
you were
trying to
going
get that
for.
in there.
Wow.
We got it though.
Wow. Suddenly
Uh,
we're the Algonquin Round Table.
your self-doubt, I know I'm just some person here, but your self-doubt and I forget the other word you said, but they're not warranted. It really was a moving performance for for something that I think is going to be, if not already, a very important scene to reflect on, and it hopefully will affect people, and I think it will, the same way the manga and the anime has.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for saying that.
I say
Thank
that
you
again
for
as
saying
someone
that.
with some self-loathing, that
You
it's
can
easy to
relate.
see it in other people, like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Don't self-loathe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no. We're being glib about it, but it is a thing. I
It
think,
is.
yeah, everybody experiences that.
That's
So
true.
it's
It does.
it's nice to have to come to terms with it, and it's also nice to be able to sort of like humble myself and take your compliment, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and we talk about like the American sensibility, like not being open about these sorts of things. I think One Piece certainly is extremely open about, these difficult topics. And I think what works with it so well, what works with it is that you don't realize what you're about to walk into as a reader or watcher. And I think
That's right. It's not silly. It's not silly. There's like real
No.
life stuff going on.
The hair may look out of this world and the personalities may feel out of this world, but I mean, the emotions of it are so resonant
Of this
and-
world.
of this
Yeah.
world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well put.
Okay, so if you wanted to an example of where my self-loathing is completely justified, there's a movie called A Gnome Named Gnorm.
I see that on your on your Wikipedia there.
Go back and watch a few minutes of that, and you'll see justified self-loathing.
Well-
because we all have to have a little of everything.
Well, I mean, since you mentioned, one of your old, one of your, I guess, first film roles, I have to say, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. You were in one of me and my wife's favorite movies, Election.
A good movie.
Yeah, great movie. We watch
Great
it like
movie.
we
Yeah,
watch,
that's right. Great
we
movie.
watch it
Seminal.
like once a year.
Seminal.
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 That's a
Depending
different thing.
on how you look at it.
Here we go again.
But I have to applaud you on your work in that movie too. It's a small
you.
part, but it's memorable. And like I said, we watch this movie every year, so I get to see your face every single year, basically, when we watch this movie. And it's fantastic.
You do great work, is what Alex is
You
also
do,
saying.
yes, you
Yeah,
do.
Delaney,
yeah.
anything on the IMDb you want to shout out?
No, Steve, is there
didn't mention
anything you wanted?
We didn't mention Seinfeld, but I
Did
can
not
do that
mention
another time.
Seinfeld. That was
No.
the
There
other
you go.
That was the other one, yeah.
the other role that we know you from. Yes, Milos.
Milos. Another
Tennis,
another,
great at tennis.
Another the professional, the tennis pro that can't play tennis.
Right.
Yeah,
I have a
it's a great
Seinfeld
it's a
problem,
great
yeah.
Seinfeld premise.
No.
It is.
Okay, since Steve brought it up, and I'm gonna make him look like a jerk if I
Okay,
don't
the
follow up on
IMDb?
his
Okay.
accusing me, whatever. All I'm gonna say is that for as
Let's
many
get these
times
out of
as
the way.
I've seen, you should write a book, How to Offend Women in 5 syllables or less. In like the how many years I've been on the internet, it's like you should be getting residuals for that, man. That should be like 5 cents every time.
5 cents.
That thing has
15.
that line has legs like you would not believe.
And the residuals do amount to about 5 cents every time. So your wish
You
is
gotta watch that
granted.
more, Delaney. You gotta get that up.
Now I know that you're in the business of self-loathing, but thank you for allowing us to blow smoke up your ass.
My ass thanks you. Wonderful cooling ventilation. Appreciate it.
I know you said you're at 24 hours, but I don't want to keep you that long, and you need to sleep at some point. And you've been so generous with your time, and we really do appreciate it.
You
is
guys
there
are
a-
so much fun to talk to.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
really
you
great.
very much. I mean,
Yeah.
likewise.
Is there
An
anything?
effective three-legged stool you are.
Wow. Now I'm gonna wear that like a badge of honor. I guess 1/3 of a badge of honor.
Or sit on
One
it.
third of a badge of honor.
Fourth,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Is there
Truly,
is there
yeah.
anything you want people to know about that you're working on, or that there is an NDA, or that's going on, or that you are proud of, that you really want people to watch or see?
No, I'll pass on that, and it's not because my mind is a blank. It's just like I like resting with one piece, and Dr. Hiriluk, my favorite squeeze.
Of course. If we see any Dr. Hiriluk stuff, we'll send it your way too. Because if you
Yeah,
wanna
we are
just
in the
go-
business of doing that as well.
We are in the business of doing
Of
that.
doing what?
Of sending merch for characters that people act as.
You mean like a bobblehead? Don't you think he'd make a great bobblehead?
Oh, that would be a great bobblehead.
There's not a
Wow.
character they haven't.
You need
put on
residuals for
some-
that.
I mean,
Sorry,
honestly, bobbleheads are top heavy as it is. That might be a tall order.
It's true.
It just
The
goes.
structural
I
integrity
know.
wouldn't really be there.
Oh, I would buy that.
We technically could not pull off a bobblehead of Dr. Hiriluk.
But the power
Too
of
big
belief
for
is
this
so
world.
No.
the power of belief is so important and so endemic of the
Yes.
themes of One Piece. It will not make a Dr. Hiriluk bobblehead stand upright
What?
for more than 2 seconds.
That's
It's
right.
the hair. It's
Yes.
the hair.
Yeah.
But no, thank you
We've
so
found
much.
the limit.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
All the best.
Hey, and to
You
you.
as well.
And you
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you.
We could have a real ending if you want. Thank you so much for doing that. Or like for staying, and appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
This doesn't
thank you
have
so
to be
much.
part of the
This was really
recording.
great.
Now we need another ending after that ending.
That's true.
What would that be? We've done the praise.
We'll
we've
all
done the
die one
thanks,
day. We talked
We've
about
done
that.
we've done the solicitation for one final thought that I wasn't able to come up with anything.
Sorry.
I
was yeah.
and
Now we all just need to
I know.
leave, but we're still walking in the same direction.
Hold on, he's got something.
Excuse me.
Oh my
Doggy!
God. Look at
my-
look at them.
This has been a running theme.
She's a little one-eyed old lady,
Oh, she's adorable. What's her
Maybe a
name?
pirate.
Ollie.
Ollie.
Aw.
Ollie.
Hi, sweetheart.
Oh my God.
dog's
Ollie's
upstairs.
incredible.
What breed is she?
She's part Papillon and part
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
The yes,
She's the
ears.
best. She's the best part of Papillon and Chihuahua.
Mm.
Although I squeezed you too hard when I picked you up, didn't I?
Oh, is that why your butt and I fell off, Ollie?
Yes, her
Top
butt
off.
and I. Her butt and I. But now she's giving you her good side.
Oh,
That's
Good.
she's licking yours.
Yeah.
This is a
saying-
real.
All
This is a
right.
real treat. This has been a running
Yes.
theme in our interviews because
And
Michaela
Michaela
also
showed
Is
her
that
dog.
right?
had her
Oh,
dog as
good.
well.
Oh,
This is
good.
why you got to do virtual interviews.
That's
It's
right.
important.
You got
It's
to-
important to love a pet I mean,
Agreed.
I could also show you my nice basil plant, but it doesn't have the charm as little old
Aw.
one-eyed Ollie.
When your basil plant licks you in the face, it's a little bit less comfortable than
Yeah,
Ollie kisses.
yeah. Although nice and aromatic.
Yeah, you smell great after.
You smell
That's
like
true.
pizza now.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, kids.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye.
for joining
Thanks
us.
so much.
This is the real
Love you.
ending. Bye.
Bye now.
Wow.
Bye.